Hi everyone, it's Patric Chan here coming to you live for this training. Well, if you're watching this as a recording, obviously it is not live anymore. But in any way, I hope that you're doing great. And in this training, it is going to be about how to start an online digital newsletter. And I think it's going to be very remarkable because newsletter seems to be on this trend. And with today's development, or should I say, uh, uh, evolution of AI, well, if you're not doing newsletter, well, that's a bit disadvantage because you can use AI to help you with newsletter at the same time. But before we get into writing the newsletter, we have to cover the entire big picture of how to get started. Let's cover A to Z, step by step on how to do this, shall we? If yes, type yes in the chat there, so that we are here together right now. All right, thanks for all the yes that comes in. Now, when I'm going to do this training, I'm going to do it in a very different way, where I don't like to teach on theories and go through bullet points and all this kind of stuff. What I love to teach is basically showing you what I will be doing or what I'm currently doing, because I think learning from case study would be more ideal than all these theories out there in the market, right? So with that said, I'm going to be sharing with you how I will start an online newsletter. And with that, maybe if you want, you can model the same flow and also use the same resources like how I will get started. With that said, I'm going to put up the presentation slides. Okay. Everyone, you can see my slides right now. This big fat uh, title called How to Start an Online Newsletter by Patric Chan, zeroemployees.com. See that? Okay. All right. Thanks for the confirmation, everyone. So let's start with the very first thing about emails, because if you think again, newsletter is emails. You're building an email list. And is email marketing decreasing in its effectiveness or not? Well, let's look at this stats by Statista. The number of email users is projected to reach 4.6 billion by 2025. And let me just go ahead and see the screen here. All right. This vast and ever-growing audience who signifies the potential reach of a well-crafted newsletter. So we are growing, and emails will always be growing because that is the ultimate medium how someone communicate on the internet in the virtual world, right? I mean, if you in the offline world, you will always have a mailing address where the postman will send you stuff. I mean, letters, but who would really use those kind of letters that often anymore, right? Well, the virtual world is not going away. How do they reach someone? How do they send message? Well, emails are still effective as it is. Now, you can say there are different kind of channels right now with WhatsApp, with social media, DMs, and all this kind of stuff. Well, those are all great. Well, but at the same time, everyone still use emails for the so-called main channel of communication on the internet. So the purpose of starting an online newsletter. Now we understand that newsletter is about building an email list so that you can email to them. And now we want to understand why we want to start a newsletter. Is it because it's like a trend and so on? There could be many reasons why someone wants to start a newsletter, but as for business, I'm just going to give you two reasons. Can we just focus on two reasons so that you don't have to overcomplicate the entire situation of, I have so many options and so on. The very first reason is a new income stream. Everybody likes to make money, right? So it's a new form of income stream that you can build with a newsletter. So what do I mean by a new income stream? So if you haven't started any digital business yet, means that you don't have a book for sale, you don't have a course, you don't have live events, you don't have webinars, you don't have any of those. Well, guess what? You can consider to start an online digital newsletter. And that newsletter can help you to generate a new income stream. Okay. Or if you have all of those, like me, I have books, I have courses, I have memberships, I have software, I have coaching program, I have all of those. But why not add another marketing channel? Or should I say, add another income stream to what I'm already doing, right? So how many of you have something going on right now? And how more of you don't have? If you have something going on, type 1. If you don't have anything, type 2 in the chat there. I just want to know more or less of what's happening. Okay, thanks for sharing that. All right. Okay, so you fall under category 1 or 2. Regardless of which category that you're in, it can be an income stream. And the easiest way to generate income from your newsletter, once you build your online digital newsletter with subscribers, is none other than earn from newsletter sponsor ads. So instead of trying to sell products, there's an opportunity for you to make money by putting sponsor ads in the newsletter. Yes, why I'm so excited about this is because you don't need to sell any products and you'll still be making money. Imagine this, if you build an online digital newsletter, each time you send out an email with content, you make money. Regardless of whether they are sales or not. I mean, how many of you would want to have that? Whenever you send out emails, you make money, right? That would be fantastic. And that's what newsletter sponsor ads is. There will be advertisers who would be happy to pay you money so that they can slot in their ads in your newsletter. And if you're wondering why would that work so well, you will understand later on when I share with you the entire newsletter ecosystem, right? So this is one of the easiest way to monetize. So you focus on what you do best, which is marketing, building your newsletter business, and focusing on giving real good content, and the monetization is handled from the sponsor ads that you can receive. And the other reason, or should I say purpose of starting an online newsletter is building an email list. Like what I've shared with you earlier, email is one of the best channel for marketing even until today, especially it is still free for you to send out emails. Now, of course, there are email server costs and everything like that, but you're not really paying to send out an email, right? As in, like, if you want to reach someone on Facebook, you need to pay Facebook for the ads. But if this is your own email list, you can email to them and it would not cost you money directly for that matter. And you can use your email list for marketing. This is my primary purpose. The income stream, it's great if I can make some extra income, but that's not my focus at all because logically, as a marketer with our own offers, we would make more money by promoting our own offers, or even affiliate offers if we know how to play the game, rather than taking sponsor ads. Sponsor ads is the easiest way to make money without thinking too much, right? But if you have your own product, of course, you will want to sell your own product as well. And this becomes a new marketing channel. So what do I mean by that? So if I have an email list, not only that I can sell my own products, but I can recycle the traffic. What do I mean by that? So if these are my subscribers subscribed to my newsletter, when it comes to marketing, I can suggest them to go and watch my YouTube videos, for instance. And when they watch my YouTube videos, which means that it increase my views, and some of them may also become my YouTube subscribers. Do you see where I'm coming from? You can recycle your traffic for marketing. And when you have an email list, right, you can command traffic at any time you wish. So like when I do this class, I don't need to run ads. I can just send email to my email list. Okay. So only two reasons. You are you are either wanting to create another stream of income or finding another new channel for marketing. So we're good. So let me continue from here. How to start an online newsletter then. So we now know, okay, this is my objective of creating an online newsletter. But how do I really start? How do I get started? So I want to get started right now. How can I do that, right? So to do that, you need to have a platform. So these are several options or platform that you can use to start a newsletter. Now, the first one is any autoresponder software platform. So whether you are using GetResponse, Aweber, ConvertKit, there are many autoresponder services out there today. I mentioned about Aweber is because I use Aweber and it has a newsletter feature, which means basically it's saying that, hey, if you send out an email, you can also archive it and it's on the internet, like a web page that someone can go there and read whatever emails that you send out. So it is not just going inside their mailbox, it is also archived on a web page that belongs to Aweber in this context. So if you use any autoresponder service, you should be able to create a newsletter. A newsletter is just a fancy word of saying we're sending you content every week or every day, depending on your frequency. All right. So don't make it too complicating about that. So you can use that. But if you want to be more, should I say, professional, very newsletter based, then you may consider using platform that is meant for posting and publishing newsletter. So the famous one, I would think they are still the number one in the market, is none other than Substack. Substack is a newsletter platform software, and you can, I believe, you can register for Substack for free, if I'm not mistaken, and they will have the paid version. And I think the paid version is where if you have any subscription, like if you sell subscription, they'll take a cut from there. Anyway, I feel like there is some sound going on in our room here. Let me see if I know how to mute. Let me just try to find uh the mute button for everyone. So okay. Okay, so I am going to mute everyone right now. So you should have a better experience while having this training right now because there are some people who doesn't know how to mute themselves, and that creates some distortion in the training. Okay. So we are back here. So Substack is a platform that you can use. So Substack allows you to publish your newsletter, archive in, and all those fancy newsletter features. However, if I'm going to go for a platform, I will not go for Substack because there's another one that I've researched that I feel would be better, and I want to explain to you why I say better. It is called Beehive. So you can use this URL here. I'm just going to go ahead and type for you so that it is more convenient for you to check it out later on. Just give me 1 second. Beehive. Now, once I type here, hold on, b5.com. Okay, so do me a favor, can you please click on that link so that so that I can explain something for you and so that I can show you the web page while I walk you through shortly. So once you have clicked on the link, type click. Okay, so Polly, after you have clicked, right, you will see that you should be able to see additional special discount by using this link if you decided to upgrade later on, but you don't need to upgrade with me. So did you see the discount on the page? So if you go direct, there's no 20% discount. Okay, great. So that's just something that I want to confirm with you. Now, you just need to sign up for free. You don't need to sign up for any paid version whatsoever. I'm going to explain to you shortly. When I first get started, like right now, I will not go for the paid version too. We just want to set everything up first, then only go for the paid version when the time is right. But if you use that link, then when you want to upgrade, you get the 20% discount. With me so far? If you do not click, then you're not going to get that advantage later on. So this is why I ask you to click on it and you can think about that later on. Cool? If cool, just type cool, Kool, not COOL. Doesn't matter how you like to type it. Okay, so you should be able to see the page. So now, why Beehive or Beehive, how it is being pronounced, in comparison to Substack? Well, Substack is great. It's a great platform where you can publish, you have all those schedule, post features and all this kind of cool stuff. Well, Beehive has that as well. But Beehive has something that after my hours of research, after this comparison, I believe Substack doesn't have the same ecosystem for Beehive to make a newsletter successful. That is just a summary of it. So let me explain to you why or what do I mean by making it successful. So let me just go ahead and go to the page right now. Okay, so let me just go ahead and change the screen. Okay, so you should be able to see Beehive screen right now. Is that what you see right now? Yes? Okay. Now, what I want, it is the capability of marketing and scaling. See, my focus is never about the cost. My focus is always about the ROI. That's the difference of how a biz op person thinks and an entrepreneur who thinks of business. You with me? I think of the ROI. I think of how I can accelerate. I don't think about the cost. If I can get ROI and I can accelerate, right? It is a strong word will be it's foolish trying to save a bit of money and then drag yourself and waste more time and also risk the chance of achieving success in summary. So here right now, with Beehive, you can see that they have this really cool feature. Let's just see this features here. I'm gonna go and click on this feature. Well, they have this tool create just like any other newsletter platform has, well, to create the post, right? So this is all very basic, very straightforward. Publish the same stuff, but it has this grow feature. Now, what I like about this is that it has this ecosystem where, right, you can use the ecosystem to build your own subscribers. Okay, now let me explain this, okay? So where is this boost? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click boost and to share with you what do I mean by that. So today, right, if you have your newsletter on any autoresponder service or even Substack, so you may have content there, you may post your newsletter there, but who's going to say it if you're not promoting it? So now you got to figure out how to promote it, which leads to another big question because now you need to learn how to run ads, which is complicating by its own. But here right now, it has this feature. You can watch this video where in summary, I'm just gonna explain to you in summary. You set the price, how much you're willing to pay for the subscriber for you to get new subscriber, right? And then inside Beehive, it has its own ecosystem where there are many newsletters who wants to generate income by taking ads. I'm speaking a bit slower so that you can follow the flow here. So this is what it means by tap into thousands of qualified newsletters. So you can select which newsletter where you want to so-called advertise in there. And then you only pay for active and engaged subscribers. Now, I don't really know how this works because I haven't used that yet. All right. But basically what I understand is that you're only paying for results. So you're not really paying for clicks. So when you get subscribers, then you pay. I think this is what it means. So don't you think that this is a much better system because it's an ecosystem of its own, and you can just go and check out uh the the other newsletter here, right? So let's say if I click on business, right? So there are many other newsletters here. Now, of course, you're not going to advertise under the Wolf on Wealth with Jordan Belfort simply because it will be too costly. But there's so many other newsletters. There are thousands of them that would take your boost ads. So with that, you'll be able to get subscribers relatively easier without the headache. So now you can completely remove the biggest headache of all, which is none other than marketing. And then you can focus on what you do best as a content creator, which is none other than producing the content and making your newsletter great. Okay. So this is what I mean by that. It's an ecosystem. Now, the price, it's definitely more expensive. But if it's going to help me, then well, that's a bonus. So it goes by the size. So if I increase my subscriber list, the price would have increased. But like I said, to me, it is okay because logically, if I have many more subscribers, I would be able to make more money, right? Now, why so? Okay, let's go into the dashboard here. This is all empty because I've just set up an account, exploring, doing the research for you so that I can get started. And of course, when I get started, you will see whatever I'm teaching you is what I'll be doing shortly. Now, check this out, right? So assuming that I am building my subscribers and all this kind of cool stuff. Now, if you are an existing content creator with a mailing list, they have a feature where you can import your list. I haven't do that yet, but I would definitely try this out. So as you can see, you can import a subscriber, so you don't start from zero. Now, I do not know what is the terms and conditions, what are the rules, but hey, this is a plus point, right? So you don't really need to start from zero. So as I was sharing with you, in terms of the pricing, I'm not too worried about it simply because Beehive, it's an ecosystem of its own, which means not only I can use Boost to get subscribers, I can also uh, uh, boost for others to generate income. So I'm just going to show to you. I haven't tried this yet, but when I see this, it already made me excited. Click on monetize here. This is how you can monetize a newsletter. So you can monetize it with ads, you can monetize it with subscriptions, you can monetize it with boost. Now, quickly, ads is basically sponsor ads, I believe, I assume, sponsor ads in your newsletter, right? Subscription means you have a paid subscription, which means that your own subscribers have the light version, which is free, and then the paid version where you charge them a fee every single month. So you can build a subscription-based business just like running a membership where you earn residual income. And the third one is boost, where I believe that you can send out a promotion of the other newsletter who is willing to pay you, and you make money that way. So it's an ecosystem. So let's click on this boost and see what does it means. And I just see whatever is showing here right now without going through all the other categories, okay? Like this simple.ai, an AI newsletter. Well, earn up to $799.20 per cent. Now, of course, there are terms and conditions and everything else, but isn't this crazy? Your eyes should be blinking with dollar sign right now. Boost type available. This offer can be shared via web and sent via email. So I'm assuming it means that if you have your own email list within this ecosystem, if you send email to your own newsletter saying, hey, check out simple.ai, the agent AI newsletter, you can earn $2.40 per subscriber. So this is called CPA offer, cost per acquisition. No sales are required, you get paid for subscribers. So just think about it this way. If you focus on building a mailing list, right? Do you think this minimal fee concerns you where you can just make money by sending out emails? If you send out content emails, then you can use the ads feature here. Now, I didn't upgrade, therefore, I cannot see the ad opportunity, but I'm guessing that you can put ads in your newsletter and earn money from your content. Or if it's not going to be content, but you're going to recommend other newsletter, and just use boost feature and get paid for that. Again, I do not know the nitty-gritty details of so on because I haven't explored this. I haven't built my list inside Beehive yet. Once I get that, maybe if you are one of my coaching clients, then maybe I'll have part 2 training and then you can watch that and see what's the progress. All right. So this is basically to give you some idea about the entire ecosystem. So is this cool or what? Is this amazing, guys? Mind-blowing? Like super opportunity? Yes? All right, okay. Thanks for the confirmation from Kitty and Jackson. All right, so let's go back to the uh, presentation slides then. Okay, so this is all about Beehive that I wanted to share with you. So you can go through that link that I given to you. You can go ahead and register for free, right? And then play around with that. And don't upgrade yet until you have your first newsletter published and so on. Okay. So let's see some of the comments here. Yes, but I'm not. So this for Mufui. Yes, but I'm not clear as this is the first time. Great. So whatever you can chew on first and learn from here. And later on, you can do your own self-learning if you want to. And all the other option is that, which I highly recommend, not because I'm biased, this is why we have a coaching program that I highly encourage everyone on this training to join, so that at least you have a private group where you can post question. Wherever you get started, you have question, you can post there, and I can help you. And then we have more trainings so that it covers all of the foundational training that is needed, especially if someone it is new. And also we have our own platform and all those cool stuff, right? So that is something to consider about. But if you don't want that, that's totally okay, and you just want to have these recordings, then you can just get mini course AI, and we're doing a promotion for a one-time fee. I think it's only $47, right? And you have the entire training for mini course AI. So that is the other option. Okay. If not self-learning, you can go through that process, and that will save you money if that is your goal. All right, so let's continue from here. So I'm going to share with you the steps and the strategy to do this right now, to start the online newsletter and how to start from A to Z. So the first step is to choose your niche. So for the newsletter, you got to have a topic. A topic, what's your newsletter is about, right? Is it about marketing? Is it about AI? If we look at uh, uh, the Beehive newsletter, there are plenty of topic there. It doesn't have to be about marketing or business or AI. It could be even about uh health. It could be about children. It could be about parenting. There's different kind of newsletter that are available in this world. There's even newsletter for survival, right? Like the survival niche where what if there is a civil war, all those kind of stuff, right? So there's all kinds of niche market out there. So I just type here for simplicity. The example could be the niche is about money, for instance, how to earn money, how to save money, how to become a millionaire, how to be very rich, or how to be out of debt, and so on. Okay. So that's the first step. Now, for those of you who are already in business, this is relatively easy. You can just go ahead and choose the niche that you are already in and get started. Next step is register with Beehive, okay? Because you need to have a platform to publish your newsletter there. So for discount, you can use this URL I've given to you in the chat there, or you want to write it down, jo.my/beehive. And this will give you additional 20% discount, but you want to join for free first, and then after that, I think you can take the 30 days free trial, okay? Which means that you have another 30 days free. And then after that, then only you'll be charged a fee, but it's going to be 20% discount. And that is the model, or should I say, that will be the path I would suggest you. Do not upgrade straight away simply because you haven't get started yet. I'm not going to upgrade right away. I'm going to upgrade when I put all my newsletter, publish them, then only when I'm ready to use the boost, to run ads, to monetize, then only I'm going to upgrade. Then step 3, write and publish your newsletter. So post at least 3 posts means that you should post at least 3 newsletter, publish them. So that is the goal. That is the challenge that I'm going to give to you. Now, after this, I'm going to teach you about how to write newsletter content. For those of you who are not content savvy, means that maybe you are a beginner or you're a newbie, that this is not something that you do every day, right? Maybe you're not a content creator. How can you still ride on this trend and start a digital newsletter? I'll share with you how to use AI for that shortly. Going to be exciting. And step 4, once this is all done, once you have your 3 posts available, then start sharing on social media. So announce to the world, let your friends and followers know that, hey, you have started a newsletter. Get them to subscribe for free. You're bound to get some subscribers there. And here's another trick to do this well. Well, if you have published your newsletter in Beehive, there will be a share button and you can share that, right, in social media. So when they consume the content, you'll be consuming the content on Beehive, on that platform, and then there will be also option for them to subscribe into your newsletter. So you don't really need to pitch, or should I say, hey, go and subscribe my newsletter. Let your content be the judge of whether they should subscribe or not. So as long as you publish new newsletter, every time you publish, just share in social media, right? Some of them will bound to start reading, and some of them may even share with their friends if it is good content, because it is free, right? It is not intimidating because it's not asking people for money whatsoever. So once you get started with this is organic traffic. This requires some hustling, all right, because you're not paying for it. So you need to spend time and work to do this. As in, like, share in social media, post in social media groups and so on. Now, I'm not going to cover all of this because today's training, it is not about social media. I have a different training. If you want, when you get mini course AI, before you check out, there's an option for you to include the traffic and branding class, which is the social media traffic and branding class. the entire training teach about social media and how to post accordingly. So I would suggest you to grab that if you need to learn about this step. So for those of you who are in my Operation Zero Employees program, who are my clients, you do not need to buy anything else because that entire training is included in your Operation Zero Employees training program. All right. So let me just go ahead and drop a URL for mini course AI. For mini course AI, go to minicourse.com. Yes, I have a premium two-word domain name for this business. It is called minicourse.com. All right. All right. So once you get started, if you follow the guideline and then you get started, um what's next? Step 5, it is all about scaling. And this is where you can tap on the resources by, well, resources by Beehive itself, because it has the boost feature where you can boost and only pay for results. And also Beehive has a referral program, which means now you can get your own subscribers to start sharing your newsletter, and then you can reward them. Now, I'm not too sure whether you can reward them with prizes, or if not, then you need to reward them with monetary gain. Could be, you could say, all right, for any new subscriber that you bring in, I'm going to pay you $1, $1.50, and so on. Now, I'm not too sure exactly how does the referral program works, but I've already read through the website, and they have the referral program feature. All right, so there you go. I think this is a very exciting opportunity to get started with this. And the next part is where I'm going to share with you about using AI to help you to write newsletter. Okay. So you guys ready for the next session right now? Okay, let's do it. How about the rest? Give me some yes. Give me some energy in the room. Although it's virtual, I can still feel you across the river, across the sea. I'm not too sure where you're from. Come on, we can do better than that. Where are all the yes? Okay, all right. I was just teasing you. That's fine. You know, if you want to be stingy with your yes, you can keep your yes. I'm just gonna go ahead and teach anyway. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Okay. So now, we're going to change screen. Okay. So there are two ways of how you do it. Okay, you know what? Before I change screen, I should bring back to the original screen to give you an idea what we're going to do here. Okay, so writing your newsletter. So to write your newsletter, there are two steps. The first step is to use the ZAI newsletter writer so that you have your framework, so that you have your so-called skeleton, the first draft. Okay. Now, the first draft, it is valuable as in it has content and so on, but it is not impressive, right? Because it is AI written. So how do you make it more impressive if you're not a content creator or writer? Well, then you use ChatGPT to improve it. Use AI tool writer to write the first newsletter post, and then use AI to improve upon it. All right? I know it sounds kind of strange, right? But that is how you do it. And this is how you work smart. So just two steps. Okay, so now I can share the screen for you. So we'll start with the first one, which is by using the Z AI writer. Okay, so if you don't have this, unfortunately, it means you're not my customer. But if you are my mini course AI customer or Operation Zero Employees customer, you have this access. if you do not know how to get access to this or you could not get access to this, well, contact our support and they'll make sure that they can help you to make sure that you have access. So I'm just going to drop the URL for the support. Okay. And make sure when you contact the support, give them the email that you use as our customer. Then they will be able to pull out the record and so on and to make sure that you can access our Z, stands for Zero Employees AI Writer. Now, this AI Writer, it is powerful because it's designed to do specific tasks for you to save you time. Now, can you use ChatGPT to write newsletter from scratch? Of course you can, right? After all, the Z AI writer use OpenAI AI engine to create the newsletter for you. But the process, it's going to be multiple steps. But with the tool, it helps you to streamline everything so that you can kickstart it very, very easily. And it is quite a good program to give you a good piece of content for a newsletter. So there are different kinds of writers here. You want to use AI newsletter writer, okay? So all you need to do is to click on here and then enter the details accordingly, okay? Now, because I want to save time, I want to show to you what I've already created. All right, so if you want, I can do it live. I can just, you know what, I'll just do it live again. I'll just copy everything and paste here again. Okay. So, like for me, I am in marketing. So let's say I want to create a marketing newsletter, which means a newsletter that shares content about marketing, right? So I'm going to think of something and I'm going to say the topic for this newsletter. I don't have the answer, but I have the idea. How Sony PS5 dominates over Microsoft Xbox in the sales of gaming consoles business. No, you could write anything. You can even say how Apple becomes the number one seller for smartphones, and AI can figure that out for you, right? So you don't need to be the one with the content. You just need to be the one with the idea. So I'm going to copy and paste to save time. So let's go ahead and copy this and then go back to our AI writer. Describe your audience, their interests, age, group, professions, etc. So for this, I'm just going to say those who like to learn marketing based on case studies. Main goal is to educate. Okay, so it's the same one that we have created here. So call to action, I don't have any call to action because I am just promoting my content here right now. I am in the phase of building rapport and credibility, so I'm not going to promote anything. But if you want, then you can select all of the call to action that we have already created for you. Now, do you start to understand when I say that this tool is a lifesaver for you to write a newsletter rather than going to ChatGPT and write from scratch? You see the difference? You know, right? So writing tone, professional, add statistic related to the topic. Yes, this is where the magic happens so that it makes the newsletter more, I would say, research based so that you're not just saying all theories, but now you have some content that is fact-based. Add keywords, no, I don't need that. So I'll go ahead and click generate right now. And the software handles the writing. So you can drink a cup of coffee if you want. But even before you finish your coffee, AI has already written your newsletter. Okay, it even think for you an attractive subject line. Unlock the secrets behind Sony's PS5 dominance over Microsoft Xbox in the gaming console business. Now, seriously, let's be honest with each other. Do you think we can think of this subject line? Maybe you can, but I don't think I can think of this subject line. It will probably take me a while to like think how to do better copywriting, but our AI writer has done this. Is this pretty awesome? Is this pretty awesome? Just type something in the chat there. Give me claps or thumbs up or something like that. So, dear reader, because it's a newsletter, okay, welcome to our latest edition of the newsletter, where we bring you exclusive insights and strategies on marketing through real-life case studies. Because, well, that's what we told our tool, who are the audience. They like real-life case studies. Today, we're going to dive into the fast-paced world of gaming consoles, where the battles between Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox continues to heat up. Did you know that Sony PS5 has outsold Microsoft Xbox by a whooping 43% in the first quarter of 2021? Now, how would AI know that? I don't know, because we tell AI, well, add stats, right? So it counts out all this content and we're good to go. 2,442 characters done, all right? So AI has done the job to write the first draft and we're good to go, all right? So now this is good, but this is not great. Means that this is good content, but it's not good enough to be published as newsletter to get engagement for people who wants to read more, you see. So the next step is to use ChatGPT. Now, to save time, again, I've done this in advance so that we don't have to redo everything. So remember this earlier version that I did in preparation. I just did this one in front of you live, right? But I've also did another one earlier because this is what I want to show to you. It is still real life, right? It's just that I did it an hour before our live training, okay? So I've copied to clipboard and then I go to ChatGPT, okay? And I'm going to show to you the magic here. So this is how you do it. Open ChatGPT 4.0. You can just say this to ChatGPT. This is the default newsletter I've written to be published. In this task, I'll need your help to improve the writings, but for now, I would like you to digest it first. Let me know once you have digested it. And all I need to do is copy and paste all of this, which is from here, right? Subject line, unleashing the marketing power of Sony PS5, how it outshines Microsoft Xbox in sales. Anyway, this is written by AI, not my brain, not my creativity, it's AI. So I just paste it here. Okay, same thing. So it's the same stuff. I just copy and paste the ChatGPT, and then I just let ChatGPT do its magic. So ChatGPT says, I've read and understood your newsletter. Here are some suggestions to improve its clarity, engagement, and overall impact. ChatGPT took over here and tell me how I can do better. Subject line, consider making it more engaging by hinting at the insights the reader will get. So while the first version is good, the second version becomes better. So now it suggests this to me. Opening paragraph. So it gives me all the suggestion and then it now writes for me. Here's a revised version incorporating these suggestions. Now, it is impressive or what? It's not only a so-called consultant telling me what needs to be improved. It is also the writer that execute the ideas by the quote-unquote consultant. Is that awesome or no? Yes? If yes, let me know in the chat there. Okay. Now, do you think it's worth for you to attend live this training? Pretty awesome, right? So once it is done, we have this new version, which should be better than the original one that we had, because now it has include all of these improvements, right? It doesn't end here. So go through this. This is where the magic happens. And you can talk to AI to make it even better. So for instance, this is the new version. I may have read this. And let's say I feel that, you know what, the content, it is not enough. So let's just do a real life example. So let's say this is this based on the writing, these are the three tactics that help PS5 to beat Microsoft Xbox 360. I mean the game consoles, right? Let's say it's here called impressive branding and product positioning, strategic partnerships. By partnering with giants like Disney, Netflix, and Spotify, Sony offered unique and exclusive content to their users. This not only increased the value propositions of the PS5, but also helped them reach a wider audience. Now, here's what I can do. I can go here and says, thank you, ChatGPT. I would like to expand the content for I do not know what's going to show, but I'm just going to share it with you how I'm using AI, or in this case, ChatGPT, for the part of strategic partnerships. Now, again, I don't need to be the one to come up with the creativity or content. I just need to think of ideas, which is very straightforward. So in this case, I would say, can you please give an exact example how PS5 partnered with let's say Disney, then incorporate this example in the earlier paragraph. Write it properly, okay? Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, same part here, but now let's see here. How amazing is this? Okay, so now your content becomes more exciting, right? Because now you're putting real life example here. This includes special editions of the PS5 console and controllers featuring popular Marvel characters, as well as exclusive in-game content for titles like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. These collaborations not only increase the value proposition of the PS5, but also attracted a broader audience of Marvel fans who might not have otherwise considered purchasing a gaming console. This is the tiebreaker, ladies and gentlemen. This is a solid piece of content that ordinary people, when they read it, they'll be impressed of how intellectual, how much research you have done to write this kind of newsletter. Now, if you feel that there are things that you still want to tweak, go through the same process and repeat it again. So what I'll do is that I'll look at the content and I'll say, hey, what else can I elaborate on? And then I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to elaborate for it so that now I can get better content for the newsletter. Well, isn't that awesome or what? Are you impressed on this little hack that you can use, right? So this is how you create content. Okay, so that's how you do it. So basically, that's a wrap for 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 writing it. Use the software, and then after that, use ChatGPT to improve upon it, and then there you go. You have your content ready to go. All right, so that's that, and who knows? Maybe I'll have part 2 in the future, more on the newsletter business. Thank you, everybody. Take care and have a great day ahead. See you all.